hard, you can see that. When my hit is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Yeah. The beats, leave it in the street, case on the news.
We're about 40 miles south of Candlestick Point as we welcome you inside Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Seattle Seahawks and the San Francisco 49ers. Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. First down Seattle on a pickup of 13.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Stop your whining.
Run left. Hey, switch down. Alert. Check three. Cook right.
They run it with Carson. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Go. Tempo.
Now a give, right side. Carson. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
It's just me and you.
Now they'll throw it with Wilson. Complete to Dorsett. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wilson, he'll find Metcalf. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
A 5-yard pickup on the play, and it's 3rd down.
An extra DB for the 49ers now on third.
Let's go. Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go. Like 50. Zebra. 56. I'm scared. Watch out.
From the gun, it's Wilson. And he's got Lockett. And they move this all the way down to the 9. It was third and short, and they go flying past the marker for a gain of nearly 30 yards.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage afterwards.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. And we're only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And what's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep.
At the 6-yard line.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal.
You must be Jim. He's crashing. Go 14. Check. Lucky. Check.
Now it's Carson. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
So 3rd and goal, and the 49er faithful making some noise for their defense. From the shotgun, Wilson. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Philip Dorsett with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Seahawks take the ball down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Loss of 2 brings up 2nd and 12 at the 18-yard line.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. From the gun, it's Jackson. Going for the deep ball. He rifles one that's intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it, and his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. Not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward, since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
Gun. 51 the mic, boy, 51. Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
After the interception, here's Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Nick Bosa racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up. There. 51 to Mike. Hey, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Another try after the first down sack. Wilson, this one into the hands of Metcalf. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
380. 56. Check 56. I got one.
Third and long. It's Wilson. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to get them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
In there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
Good job, fellas. Woo!
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. On second down, a run with Breida. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a third down and long.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on third down. On third down, a run from Breida. And not much there as he gets it up to about the 5-yard line. It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on fourth down. Here comes the 49ers punter now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. Returnable for Lockett. That'll be a 49-yard punt, 6 yards there on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
so
well.
Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
56. Mike, 56. Right there. 56. Hey, here we go. Mike, 56. Mike, 56. Record.
Now it's Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Right, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3.
Hey, 0, 0, 0. You got 3.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Aaron Lynch able to record his 5th sack of the season. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Jackson. Now, and he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Ziggy Ansah in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. And that is incomplete.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. Now it's Lockett. We'll call that a 49-yard punt, but a net of just 39 following the 10-yard return. And the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field.
Green 80! Run left, run left!
On 1st down, it's Carson. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Go, go, go! Hey, let's go! Right here, guys. Fight 51. Mike 51.
Wilson after the play fake to Carson. This complete to Lockett. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. It's a gain of 12, 1st down Seahawks.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs as we just saw there.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time.
Here's Carson. And taking it to the 15-yard line before it's brought down. 1st down, Seattle, 16 yards, the gain there.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Mike 56. Go, guys, 4 down, 4 down. 56 to Mike. 52.
From the red zone now, here's Wilson on 1st down. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. This is Carson. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. It'll be a gain of 2. And speaking of 2s, it'll take us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game.
Baby, get him, boys. Get him, boys.
And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading the play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told, as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. On first down, here's Breida. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing is Jackson. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Jadeveon Clowney has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. They run with Breida. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. Here we go on 4th down with Jackson. That's to his running back, complete. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. From the gun, Jackson. Trying to lay one up deep. That's caught inside the 20. And he is down deep into Seattle territory. A big play there just before halftime. And even 40 yards. This clearly the final play of the half, but no field goal attempt. They're going for it with 3 seconds remaining. Throwing on second down. Jackson. And it's complete. In the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. Marquise Goodwin. As time expires in the first half. As they are now on the board here in the first half. You knew time was going to run out, so this had to be in the end zone, and somehow they were able to find a window and get it done.
Very easy for us to talk about up here that, yes, all that had to happen, but when time's running down, sometimes your brain compresses a little bit too. They showed great poise, understanding of situation, making sure they got to the end zone in order to complete that pass and take a nice momentum into the locker room.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that.
Touchdown, 49ers! Marquise Goodwin. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Hey, 0-0-0.
Now Wilson. Here's Carson with a catch out of the backfield. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Operating from the gun, Wilson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
56. Mike, 56. 56. 12.
Now Wilson going to throw again. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Deep Ford, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year.
Let's go, D. That's what I'm talking about. Mike 56. Mike 56. That's a run. They're running it. 19. 6 to Mike, boy. 56.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Wilson. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by a Keller Witherspoon. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
Escaping the pressure right. The ball comes out, and the Seahawks have picked it up. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So, should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about any more.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Aaron Lynch in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14.
Go. Check. Touch 50. Still got it. 4 down. You got it.
Now it's Wilson. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 2. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
Check 13. Watch 20.
They'll start on the ground with Breida. And some room for him there as he'll take this up to about the 15. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
On 2nd and 2, Jackson. Room here to run. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down.
Did I just see what I thought I saw? Did I just see what I thought? That had to be. Come on, say it for me. Say it for me. Who picked up that pass?
The free safety.
Oh, you got to have those great skills back there. Eyes, anticipation, great hands. And, of course, how about the fluid moves afterwards to take it all the way to the house?
Sounds like you're watching your old game film up here in your head.
Yeah, that's the dream I had of being that player. I just never was.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Jackson from the shotgun. Going up top. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Tedrick Thompson picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
They'll start out on the ground with Carson. And some room for him there as he'll take this up to about the 15. Credit the tackle there to Aaron Lynch.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down.
51 Mike. Hey, 0. Patch it.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. He's got a 1st down past the 30. And finally brought down at the 34-yard line. That'll pick up the 1st down for Seattle on a gain of 18.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
It's been a long day for you. Run up. There. 18.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. And the tackle there by Quan Alexander.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
On 2nd down, it's Carson. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Watching that play unfold or watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there.
What?
49ers have an extra defensive back on the field. A nickel set for 3rd down.
Go. 56, Mike, 56. Watch the screen. What?
Wilson operating from the gun. He's going to air it out for Dorsett. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And his guys are going to have the football back as the 3rd quarter comes to an end. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see today they rely more on the ground game here. Accelerating, and off he goes. Touchdown, 49ers. A big play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And once again, the 49ers are back out in front.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
Yeah, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone.
At their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
At their own 20-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One-play drive, long pass. Maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one-play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was really easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now it's Jackson. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, Breida. Shaquille Griffin in on the stop defensively.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Able to haul it in is Kittle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 18 yards, 1st down Niners.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 47. Now Jackson from the gun, he'll throw. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
After the sack on 1st down, Jackson Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Ezekiel Ansah has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. From the gun, Jackson. He sets to fire deep. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He gets it to his running back, Rashad Penny. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Hey, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
51's to Mike. Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball.
3rd and 2, now Wilson. And able to find Dorsett. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Drop in, go. 56. Mike's 56. Hey, check. 56 to Mike. 56 is to Mike.
From midfield now, here's Wilson. And he can't hang on to it. That would have sealed it. Instead, 2nd down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is it just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Four down. Switch. 14, got it.
Back to throw. Sliding out of the... And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
56. Let's go, D. Got it. Gun out. 56 to Mike, boy. 56. Check 56. Hey, D-line, let's get in there, huh? Mike Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
Wilson to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. The linebacker, Fred Warner, right there on the coverage. He has had a great game defensively. He's been east-west, north-south, everywhere.
Yeah, and I love how you described that, because to be a great defender, you have to be able to move up and back, sideline to sideline, and he's been fantastic. Reminds me of a young Charles Davis when he was playing Madden.
Absolutely. Oh, wow. I thought you were going to go on the field, but okay, I see you. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important fourth down. Down 4 late. Got to go for it here on fourth down. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Niners take over in terrific field position. This is Breida. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Watch the safety creep. Check. Fresno.
Now Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. He'll run it. And some space here. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the first down at a 21-yard gain. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Jackson to throw. Flush to his right. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Jackson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. And in his 15th season, he's able to get this one to go, and that'll make this a 7-point game. But from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short in the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing now is Wilson. He's going to let it fly. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. Well, we were on hand for a fun and entertaining game here, coming down really to that last play.